Air Race X, the best motorsport in the air. Over G. It's amazing. Super fast. How did he do that? That's a late pull-up. What a match. How did he do that? Don't miss the action. Back at Air Race X 2025.
A global motorsports series in the sky. 8 elite pilots battling to become world champion. This is Air Race X. Veteran champions face off against a new generation of rising stars in a high-stakes aerial showdown. A precision time attack flying through gates without penalties at speeds nearing 400 kilometers per hour and up to 12 Gs. The race for the world title continues. Air Race X 2025 Round 2 starts now.
Round 2 of the 2025 series is underway. In Round 1, it was number 77 Davidson, the hard-fought underdog, who finally claimed his first victory. A perfect win, fastest in qualifying, champion in the final. His opponent in the final was none other than number 31 Muroya, the pilot who had long blocked Patrick's path to the top. That win felt like the winds of change were beginning to blow. Yoshi may have missed the win, but his performance was nothing short of solid, calm, consistent, and fast throughout. It wasn't that Muroya was slow. Davidson flew a blistering time. Number 8 Shanka and number 18 Kopstein, both veterans with something to prove, took 3rd and 4th place, reminding the world of the strength and skill of the Masters. Meanwhile, number 26 Velarde and number 11 Brageau couldn't quite find their rhythm and fell to the lower ranks. New generation pilot, number 7 Deleu, made his Air Race X debut. He lost to the more seasoned Masters, but showed flashes of brilliance and raw speed. The potential is clear, and the future looks promising. Number 86 McDonald had to withdraw due to technical issues, but has already upgraded her aircraft for Round 2. Will the Masters keep winning with experience and proven skill, or will the new generation rise up and shake the throne? Round 2, Infinite Sky. In Air Race X, there are no fixed venues. Anywhere in the world can become a battleground. The 2025 series spans just 3 rounds, and now we're at the halfway point. Round 2. This round will separate the true contenders for the championship. From the very first qualifying points, the fight is fierce, with no room for error.
Let's take a look at the track layout for Round 2 of the 2025 series. This round raises the stakes, demanding not just raw aircraft performance, but greater mastery of attitude, changes speed control, and energy management. Every decision counts. Every team's strategy is tested to the limit. Point 1. The slalom. Right after the start, pilots need to be under 372 kilometers per hour as they charge into the high-speed slalom section. It demands razor-sharp precision, one mistake in the turn, and you're bleeding time. Only the most fluid, perfectly tuned flight line, like a single continuous note, will deliver that crucial advantage 0.1 to 0.3 second edge. Point 2. The high and low dual turn. In the midsection comes a dramatic altitude shift from 150 meters down to 50 meters back up to 75 meters. It's a brutal test of G-forces, speed control, and energy recovery. Climb too fast, you risk a stall. Cut too sharp, you lose acceleration. The pilot's instincts are everything here. Point 3. The final sprint. A tight turn before the final sprint to the finish. Man and machine perfectly tuned to chase every thousandth of a second. No holding back now. Thrust aerodynamics and a laser focus on the final gate, it all counts. Even with just a flicker of extra energy, a comeback is still possible. Margins as slim as 0.05 to 0.2 seconds decide it all. A photo finish in the sky at 400 kilometers an hour.
Let's take a look back at round 2 qualifying. The time attack began at team bases around the world. As soon as the race window opened, number 26, Juan Velarde, launched into the attack. He posted a clean run with no penalties, 61.6 seconds. That time became the benchmark for the rest of the field. Joining Velarde in the early attack was number 11, Mika Bracho. He clocked a clean run as well, 62.28 seconds, no penalties. McDonald was forced to withdraw from round 1 due to technical issues. However, in her new plane, after some practice flights, she came into her first race of the season ready to fight, and it showed. A powerful time attack, breaking the 60-second barrier with a 59.9. That put her in provisional first place. Number 18, Peter Kapstein, waited for the right moment, watching the weather closely. When the wind turned into his favor, he went for it, stacking up clean laps. He delivered a no-penalty qualifying time of 61.96 seconds. Number 8, Martin Schanke, also launched his attack, but a mistimed pull-up at the climbing gate cost him a 2-second penalty. He wrapped up qualifying with a time of 62.2. The remaining 3 teams would push each other to the limit, trading times to the final moments before the race window closed. Newcomer, number 7, Aaron DeLue, made his first qualifying run. It was clean, no penalties, and he clocked 60.46. That put him into second place behind Emma McDonald. Number 31, Yoshi Muroya, had been testing different lines during practice. In his first qualifying flight, he delivered, beating Emma's time with a 59.28. That put him at the top of the leaderboard. Seeing Muroya's time, round 1 winner, number 77, Patrick Davidson, launched his attack, and he delivered a stunning lap, 58.28 seconds, a full second faster. It was the fastest time of the season. Number 7, DeLue, was granted a reflight by the race director due to a protest. He took full advantage, smashing through the 58-second barrier with a track record time of 57.335. He jumped to the top of the leaderboard. Last to fly, number 31, Yoshi Muroya, with just 1 flight left. He needed to beat DeLue's blistering 57.33 to take the top spot. He came close, stopping the clock at 58.03. That secured him a second place in qualifying. With the only time in the 57-second range, number 7, Aaron DeLue, claimed a well-earned top spot in just his second race. In second, Yoshi Muroya. In third, number 77, Patrick Davidson. Fourth, number 86, Emma McDonald. These 4 all broke the 60-second barrier in qualifying. Rounding out the top 8, 5th, Juan Velarde. 6th, Peter Kapstein. 7th, Martin Schanke. And 8th, Mika Bracho. And that is your qualifying result. Based on the qualifying results, here are the matchups for the final tournament. Heat A, number 18, Kapstein versus 77, Davidson. The points leader, Patrick, takes a resurgence from Peter Kapstein. Heat B, number 86, McDonald versus number 26, Velarde. Emma, flying with her new aircraft, goes head-to-head with Velarde. Heat C, number 31, Muroya versus number 8, Schanke. A class of longtime rivals, series champion Yoshi Muroya faces off against Martin Schanke. Heat D, number 7, DeLue versus number 11, Barzo. Newcomer Aaron DeLue, in just a second race, takes on the experienced Mika Bracho. Round 2 qualifying once again showcased the impressive speed of the next generation pilots. Can reigning champion Muroya hold back their momentum? All eyes are on the final tournament heats.
Air Race X is a race against time. Pilots must pass through designated gates in the correct sequence. Fail to pass a gate or fly with the wrong attitude, and penalty seconds are added. To ensure fairness, a unique system is used to equalize flight conditions from various locations around the world.
8 of the world's top pilots, each with a bold, unique style, take to the skies across the globe, flying for pride, for their teams, and for their nations. In the quarterfinals, a legendary rivalry reignites Muroya versus Schanke. Round 1 saw the battle heat up between the Masters and the new generation. And now, Kopstein versus Davidson, Bergeau versus DeLue, Velarde versus McDonald. Quarterfinal matchup is Masters versus the new generation. Which side is stronger? Will the answer emerge in these quarterfinals? 4 heats, around 60 seconds each, and not a moment you can afford to miss.
Aero 6 2025 season, quarterfinal. Heat A. Number 18, Peter Kopstein, Czech Republic.
We did some little stuff on the airplane. We're cooling now much more the airplane after each flight because the temperature is getting harder, so we got new cooling fans. That's what we do. And yeah, of course, we're trying to get the airplane a little bit lighter, so we got some stuff out that we were using before. And we got new setup in the Garmin to watch the Gs and to get a new notifications, but no major stuff, just the small things.
Number 77, Patrick Davidson, South Africa.
I don't really like to look at the points or the scoreboard until it's over. It's so easy to make a mistake. You're flying against the best racing pilots in the world. For them to pull something out the bag is really easy. One of the things I personally wanted to focus on this year was consistency, and I think we've done well till now. So I think my focus needs to be on that going forward rather than on the scoreboard.
It's South Africa versus the Czech Republic. Kopstein has shown time and again he's not to be underestimated. He has a knack for delivering fast times when no one sees it coming. But he's up against the series leader, Davidson, flying strong with the 3rd fastest time in qualifying. It's experience versus momentum, and this Heat A showdown, who will be the fastest to the finish?
Alrighty, here we go. Our first quarterfinals, Heat A. We have Peter Kopstein and Patrick Davidson. There's Kopstein on the left, Davidson on the right. I want to remind everyone you have to be under that 372-kilometer start speed. Great start as they both are well within the range coming into the first 3 gates. This is a critical turn at gate number 4. High G turn. Look at the stress and strain on Davidson's body. Setting himself up as he comes to gate number 6 for the first high-speed turn. High turn pull. There he goes, 0.33 seconds. He's slightly in the lead over Kopstein as he comes back down on this second half of the track. You can see the ghost plane in front of Kopstein. That's Davidson squarely in the lead. And what an aggressive turn right there. And it pays off. He continues to stretch his lead. You can see the ghost plane slightly ahead of Kopstein. Look at the strain on Davidson's face. And again, it pays off. A full second ahead of Kopstein. Final outbound portion of the course. Final push for home. Kopstein's got to find some speed somewhere. You can't. There's no way you can see Davidson out front of the ghost plane. Any time under 60 seconds is a good time. Final push. Let's see where he's at. 59.84. Oh, how well do you like it? Kopstein, a good run, just not quite enough to overtake the fast pace to Davidson.
Winner, Patrick Davidson. Time, 59.848 seconds. No penalties. Take a look at quarterfinal Heat A. Patrick Davidson in red versus Peter Kopstein in blue. Here we go.
The first thing to note here is the all-critical start. And you can see Peter's already elected to take an easy line between gate 1 and 2. Unfortunately, that puts him behind the ideal path coming through 3 and 4, which hurts the angle through 4, and you can see the distance already being created there. It's really important to optimize that first passage up to the first big turnaround in order to maintain energy through the entire track. Now coming into the far end of the track, really important to get the right angle, good pull-up timing, maybe a little bit late on the pull-up timing for Kopstein again. This track's all about taking the big risks, taking the big cuts through the turnarounds. Both pilots doing a great job of trying to optimize the angle. Again, on the far end of the track, coming through gate 13, Kopstein a little bit late on the pull-up, going a little bit softer and climbing, and that just increases the gap to Davidson.
Heat B. Number 26, Juan Velarde, Spain.
Yeah, after race one, we had a lot of work done in the airplane. We had to change some things in the fuel system to make it work more efficiently, and also expecting these high temperatures, we changed the engine intakes in order to have more engine cooling. If we open the engine intakes, that increases the engine cooling, but it's not good for aerodynamic-wise. So we have to see that in the next flights.
Number 86, Emma McDonald, Australia.
The guys who from the Red Bull Air Race days may have different mindsets in how they're attacking things based on the history of where they've learnt to fly. I don't know. That's probably my only thought there on that. I wouldn't say any more superior, most certainly not. I would love to be able to tap into their brain to find out how their mindset is to help my mindset improve in any area that I can. But certainly my mindset for the track is consistency and trying to be out there as safe as possible and putting down some good times.
Quarterfinal Heat B features two pilots just one spot apart in qualifying. McDonald in 4th and Velarde in 5th. It's McDonald's first race in the Edge 540, stepping in from her previous MXS aircraft. She's also flying from a brand new location in Australia, a bold move in a high-stakes round. Velarde, on the other hand, is all about consistency. Smooth, clean, and composed under pressure. A rising star versus a seasoned technician. It's shaping up to be a tight one.
All right, let's get set for quarterfinals. Heat B, it's Emma McDonald versus Juan Velarde. And remember, it's critical that you cannot exceed that start speed of 372 kilometers per hour. All right, they go through the start. It looks good. Neck and neck. Oh, goodness! McDonald had a 1-second penalty added for exceeding the start speed. That is not going to be good. She does not know it at this time. She is crunching hard. Coming back through gate number 5, now to 6. You can see the ghost plane, Velarde in the lead. Big, strong pull. Velarde goes to the right on the big vertical turn. Not sure why. And look, Emma McDonald overtakes Velarde on that very maneuver. Unbelievable. As you can see the sector times, she was behind, and now she's slightly in the lead going into the final sector time. There's Velarde. He's flying fine, but he made a critical error on that big vertical turn maneuver. All right, another high G turn, and there goes Emma McDonald, again increasing her lead, looking for that 60-second time. It's going to be a final sprint to the finish. Remember, she has 1 second added to her time, but despite that, she is still in the lead as they come to the final 2 gates. There's 14 and 15, and it is Emma McDonald with the 101.15 outpacing Juan Velarde. Made a critical error on gate number 6.
Winner, Emma McDonald. Time, 1 minute 01.151 seconds. 1 second penalty. Quarterfinal Heat B. Emma McDonald in red versus Juan Velarde in blue.
Very similar on the start. Excellent line coming up through into gate 4. Both pilots optimizing the cut angle. A little bit more climb from Emma, but still a really clean first pass. Juan's got some advantage now because of that altitude change. But he's going right. Kind of a strange line here. He's opting to go to the right, a little bit softer pull, climbing a lot, and now Emma's going to pull out ahead. That's going to be really hard to make that time back. It's such a tight track, highly loaded track. Both pilots trying to maximize the cut angles, but again, Juan going just a little bit wide. And now you see Emma's just going to continue to pull away. There's no opportunity now to make that back unless Emma makes a mistake. So again, that strange line into gate 5. We're not sure what happened there. Pulling up and to the right and a little bit soft, and then just really unwinds through the rest of the lap.
Heat C. Number 31, Muroya, Japan.
Good point for round one is at least second place for quali and second place in final. But on the other hand, it's not winning the race. And Patrick Davidson won the quali and final, so point is a little bit away from Patrick now. So that's we can improve a little bit more.
Number 8, Martin Schonka, Czech Republic.
My biggest rival it's me actually. That's always in air racing. We fight against the time, so it's me. The others are great rivals, of course. One of the favorites is Yoshi, definitely. We always want to beat Yoshi, but the others as well. But the most serious fight is against me, myself, and my psychological stuff.
It's a classic rivalry reborn. Muroya versus Schonka. These two have gone head-to-head many times before, and it's always fierce. Muroya was sharp in qualifying, clocking the second fastest time overall. Schonka, meanwhile, was well off the pace. And a second penalty at Gate 9 cost him dearly. But in the heat of the battle, anything can happen. Expect sparks to fly for this race.
All right, here we are, quarterfinals, Heat C. Schonka versus Muroya. There's Schonka on the top, there's Muroya on the left. Now remember, it's critical to look at these sector times, who's in the lead. That kind of tails the tale of who's flying clean. Okay, good start, both within the 372 km/h start time as they go through gate number 4. Look at the high G pull. That is a very tight course, and it proves right there on that high G turn. All right, here comes the big vertical turning maneuver. Muroya pulling hard on the stick. Lots of G, but not over G-ing, and it pays off. Look at that sector time. Darn near 0.9 seconds ahead of Schonka as they go outbound. Once again, there's Muroya. Good look on his face. He's concentrating, but I'm telling you, these G's take a toll on your body. Coming back through for one more good hard turn. Look at that G-forces into the 9 range, but look at the sector times. It's not even close. This is an absolute blowaway. Muroya, maybe those new winglets that he has on his plane are adding to some speed. Who knows, but he's certainly the more aggressive pilot. Let's see the final times as he goes to the finish line. This looks good. Holy moly, a track record. 57 seconds flat. Unbelievable. That is the run of a lifetime.
Winner, Muroya. Time, 57.005 seconds. No penalties. Heat C. Martin Schonka in blue versus Muroya in red.
Very similar start setup for both pilots. Smooth through coming to gate 4, good cut angles, good G schedule, looking really nice, good clean flying for both pilots. Yoshi just starting to pull away. This could be an airplane performance issue. Sort of a late pull up on the high turn for Schonka, so just the little details starting to add up here. Yoshi still making more and more gap. Again, just putting all the details together, really fast, really clean run. Also the new winglets might be helping here. Gap just getting slowly wider and slowly wider. I don't see any obvious big mistakes from Schonka. Just really clean flying from both pilots, but Yoshi's just completely putting it all together on this lap.
Heat D. Number 11, Mika Brajo, France.
Flying into those changing conditions. In the morning, the wind from the left, and then to the calm condition back to the other side in the afternoon. And you have to adapt yourself to the strategy and trajectory that you want to adopt in the track. And that was the challenge, and kind of negative points from race 1 that we will try to improve and make it better
now in race 2.
Number 7, Arundelu, Australia.
Race 1 was a steep learning curve. Definitely was operating behind the curve as well. A lot to learn. We came in fresh, didn't know what we were doing really. Obviously I have fundamentals of flying and my experience with racing before, but coming into a whole new race series, I wasn't quite there and trying to catch up in the moment. So the good points was it was fun and we were racing. It was an absolute awesome time to be in a track, you know, flying at 220 plus knots, more than 12 Gs. Doesn't get any better than that.
Quarterfinal Heat D puts Delu up against veteran Brajo. Delu stunned the field in qualifying with a blistering 57.335 seconds, nearly 5 seconds quicker than Brajo's time. Now, the pressure is on. Can Brajo find the right lines, find the pace, and fight back? Or will the new generation rise again and punch his ticket to the semifinals?
Okay, it's our final Heat D in our quarterfinal round. Aaron Delu versus Mika Brajo. Brajo on the right, Delu on the left. Look at those glasses he's wearing. That's his secret weapon. We'll talk more about that later as they come into the racetrack. They are neck and neck. Good turn through gate number 4. That's that high G turn. Kind of looks kind of casual to Brajo, but I'm telling you, it is a high G turn. Delu really struggling. Look at it on his face, and it pays off. He's 0.88 ahead after the first sector. And Delu, the rookie, if you will, the new guy, really flying strong lines. Look at that, 1.63 seconds on sector 2, and he is flying hard. You can see the difference in the facial expressions. Brajo kind of casual. Delu really struggling hard. Look at that hard turn. One more time. And look at the sector time, 2.38. This is going to be a blowout by the rookie, who is going to best the master, Mika Brajo. All he has to do is finish clean. Remember, anything under 60 seconds is a great time. Let's take a look as he goes to the finish gate. 57.94. How do you like that? That is only our second time in the 57-second range in the quarterfinal heats.
Winner, Aaron Delu. Time, 57.940 seconds. No penalties. Roll the tape for quarterfinal Heat D. Aaron Delu in red versus Mika Brajo in blue.
Nice clean start from both pilots, setting up that smooth run down to gate 4. Now we have to take the big cut. And you see Aaron really pushing the limit. Mika probably going a little bit conservative. Now there's a gap, and that gap is going to be extremely hard to get back. Through the high turn, again, Mika a little bit higher. Good timing on the pull, but just not quite enough G. That makes a longer path, increases the gap even more. It's really hard to come back from this now. Has to take maximum cut at every single gate now, but Aaron's just completely on it. Angles are key. This track is all about risk versus reward. Risk the penalty, take the big cut, and that's what makes the time. Mika probably just being a little bit too conservative.
Let's take a look back at the quarterfinals, especially from the perspective of those who came up short. Kopstein looked to be on an upward trend after finishing 4th in the last round, but was stopped by the sheer momentum of Davidson. Velarde fell just 0.4 seconds behind McDonald, an incredibly close loss. If he can unlock that final step in pace, a return to the top is within reach. Brajo never quite found his rhythm and exited in the quarterfinals, but with renewed performance, he may take a strike back in round 3. Shanka was forced to concede to a blistering lap from Muroya. A tough loss, especially after placing 3rd last round and showing signs of a comeback. When the dust settled, every pilot from the new generation had advanced to the semis. All eyes now turn to lone master still standing. Number 31, Yoshi Muroya, taking on the full force of the new generation.
My name is Patrick Davidson. I'm flying out of South Africa.
Davidson's cleared into the track and is super close now. Wow, 48 seconds in that sector. This is going to be a great time. He is faster. Wow, 59.50. How good do you like it?
In 2023, Air Race X began. Among the lineup, former Red Bull Air Race Masterclass pilots. But there was one pilot from the Challenger class. That pilot was Patrick. In the head-to-head qualifying round, where pilots choose their opponents, Patrick became everyone's target. He couldn't deliver the results he hoped for. 2023 was a year of taking on the best and realizing just how far he still had to go.
I don't know if there's a different mindset between the guys. I mean, we're all competitive people. We all want to win, otherwise we wouldn't be here. And I think that the mindsets are probably quite similar. I think that the hunger for the newbies is probably a little bit greater than that of the veteran pilots. We haven't stood on a podium with Red Bull Air Race. With that being said, we have a platform in which to show our worth and to prove ourselves. So I think that's where the difference will come in. I don't think it's a mindset. I think it's a want from somewhere here.
In 2024, Patrick began to evolve. In round 1, he climbed from 5th in qualifying, won his quarterfinal, and advanced to the semifinals. There, he faced the reigning champion, Yoshi, and was knocked out, finishing 4th. But this was not the Patrick of 2023. He had found speed, real speed. And from that semi-final onward, Yoshi would become the wall standing in Patrick's way. Round 2. He posted the second fastest time in qualifying, giving him a strong position heading into the final bracket. At last, he reached the final stage. His opponent, once again, Yoshi. Patrick couldn't break through the champion's wall. He finished 2nd. The final round of 2024, Patrick was firmly among the top contenders and finished the race in 3rd place.
Great consistency.
He ended the 2024 season ranked 3rd overall. Patrick had clearly evolved.
Wow, 48 seconds in that sector. This is going to be a great time. He is faster. Wow, 59.50. How good do you like it?
It was nice to eventually get the win. It meant a lot for me and obviously to the team as well. All the hard work eventually paying off. In any sport, you've got to have a bit of luck on your side as well. Look, we knew we were fast, but I think to get all the stars to align at the same time is probably the most difficult thing, because a lot of the things are out of your control. The margins between all the pilots are just so super tight. It's I'll put a little bit of it down to some skill and the hard work of the team, and the rest of it down to some luck.
Just want to say a big thank you to all my supporters, families and friends that sent messages, those I didn't message personally. I just want to say thank you so much.
I guess the negative side to all of that is they're expecting me to do it again, so I'm definitely feeling the pressure.
Who's the funniest?
Greg. Yeah, I think Mika as well. I've had the luxury of spending quite a lot of time with Mika, through aerobatics. A very funny guy. He makes you laugh a lot. He likes to set booby traps as well. So yeah, he's a prankster.
Juan. Christian.
Juan, ladies' man, very chilled and always smiling.
Martin.
Very serious.
Emma.
She's definitely the prettiest of the lot. She seems very bubbly. I haven't had the opportunity to meet her in person yet, but she seems like a lot of fun, very bubbly, always happy, and always game.
Aaron.
The guy in the shadows, I think he is very desperate to do well. I think he's very focused to do well, and I think he'll do whatever it takes in order to get to the top step. So yeah, he's like a dark horse for me.
Peter Cobstein.
Yeah, Peter's a cool guy. Yeah, very fit, very athletic, very focused, very driven. Yeah, I've actually known him for many years, and yeah, he's a cool guy. I enjoy him a lot.
Yoshi.
I like Yoshi a lot, although I don't like him a lot as well sometimes. But yeah, very serious, very calculated, and unfortunately very fast. It'd be good to get Yoshi out the way early.
Semi-final. Heat A. Davidson versus Muroya. A rivalry renewed. Muroya has always stood between Davidson and the top. In the last round, they met in the final. This time, they clash in the semis. Will Davidson prove once again that he has what it takes to beat the reigning king? Or will Muroya, with the pride of a champion on the line, strike back and take his revenge? A showdown that feels like the true final is about to begin.
All right, here we go. Semi-final, Heat A. We have Patrick Davidson. He is first to fly. He has to maintain that start speed of 372 kilometers an hour, and he does perfectly. 371, actually. How close do you like it? This is the critical part, the angle you take to get to those first 4 gates. A good hard pull is critical, and we're going to see his sector times in just a second. I'm going to tell you if they're good. The big vertical turning maneuver looks solid. 12.97 seconds is a solid first sector time. I can tell you that from experience. All right, going on the outbound portion of the track again. Look at the strong turns, the clean lines. He has to get aggressive. 26.52 on the sector, very solid. As he comes back one more time for another high G low turn. There it is, you can see it on his face. Yes, sir, this is a full contact sport. 38.18, that's a little slow for that third sector time. Let's see if it's gonna be enough. Remember, we need to see something in the sub 60 range. Actually, I'd like to see something sub 58 or 59. Here we go, final push for home. 59.89, a good solid run. Not too sure it's gonna be enough, but we'll find out as Muroya comes up next. Well, there he is. Yoshi Muroya battling against Davidson. Now he set the pace at 59.89. Muroya has to go faster than that. He comes in at a slower speed, about 368, but that's smart because he has very clean lines as he makes that crucial left-hand swinging turn through gate number 4. All right, let's take a look at his sector times here in just a second as he comes up to the vertical turn. Oh, and he's a fraction of a second ahead. That 12.97 by Davidson was good. Oh, look at the unique style by Muroya. Very clean, very efficient as he takes the risk, but it's gonna pay off as he pulls ahead even more, almost half a second ahead of Davidson. These next few turns are critical. At this point, the pilots are really pushing the envelope. Look at that, 9 Gs, and he maintains that half-second lead. That is a big G pull, folks. That is difficult to do at the very end of the racetrack. Only a few gates left. He must beat 59.89 to carry through to the finals. Here we go. Yoshi Muroya, will he do it? And he does, barely. Oh my goodness, how close do you like it, Air Race X fans? Yoshi Muroya, some victory rolls, he carries on.
Winner, Yoshi Muroya. Time, 59.493 seconds. No penalties. Here's what went down in semi-final Heat A. Patrick Davidson in blue versus Yoshi Muroya in red. Let's go.
This is a critical matchup in terms of the series. Both pilots, great start, lots of energy. Smooth down through gate 3. Let's see how they do at gate 4. Almost identical lines. Patrick able to stay so tight, so flat. He's going to get a little bit of a gap coming out, but Yoshi just carrying all that speed. The new winglets seem to really be working here. High turn, very similar approach for both pilots, not much in it. And again, they're almost neck and neck here. Now we have to really take the big cuts, pull the G, Yoshi holding lots of energy. The airplane just really seemed to hold on to the speed through the high G turns. 2 more big cuts towards the finish. Let's see if Patrick can get that distance back. Through gate 13, both pilots, excellent line, excellent cut. Patrick right on the limit, super flat, makes some of the gap back, but Yoshi just holding the edge out. The airplane just carrying a little bit more speed as they come through the finish. Really great flying.
Heat B. It's a clash of the new generation. Delu set a new track record in qualifying and has been flying with unstoppable momentum. But McDonald is pushing hard, driven by the frustration of the last round and her hunger of a first ever final appearance. Only one will earn the right to challenge the reigning champion, Muroya. Who will rise? The battle is on.
Okay, here we go. Semifinals, Heat B. We have Delu versus McDonald. First on the racetrack is Aaron Delu in his aircraft. And he had a good start through the opening gate. Well within the allotted speed time. The sector time of 12.17 seconds. That is an outstandingly fast first sector time. We haven't seen one quite that fast in a while. All right, going on the back end of the track. These are those high G turns. Low turns, sure, but a lot of strain on the body. 25-26, he is looking solid as he's basically halfway through the course. Now he does 36.53 through sector number 3. Again, a solid sector time. It seems if everything continues his way, he's going to lay down a solid semifinal time. All right, just a few gates left as he's trying to go as fast as possible. Remember, anything nowadays under 58 is considered good. Ladies and gentlemen, 57.63. Oh my goodness. From the rookie, lays down a super fast time. The pressure is all on McDonald. Here she goes. She has to have the run of her life. No doubt about it. Let's take a look at the ghost plane. There is McDonald. That's live. That's McDonald in the air, racing the track. And you can see that she's doing very well at first, but Delu makes that aggressive turn on gate number 4 and moves ahead. Remember, he had that 12.17 second sector time. Look how good that is. She's a full second behind Delu at this point, and that was all on the aggressive turns from Aaron Delu. All right, coming into sector number 2, you can see the ghost plane. They're fairly close. She's made up some time. Now she's 0.88 behind. Can she continue to make up time on Delu? We shall see. However, Delu had a really strong third sector time, and there it shows. Almost a full second behind is McDonald as they make these final gate passes and a final press for home. Oh, she goes way too high. That was Delu getting that good, solid, aggressive line. You can see he's going to cross the finish line first. He's going to carry on. McDonald with a solid race. 59.45, not too shabby for Emma McDonald in her first debut of the 2025 Air Race X.
Winner, Aaron Delu. Time, 57.637 seconds. No penalties.
Semi-final Heat B. Watch closely for Emma McDonald in blue and Aaron Delu in red.
Perfect start angle for both pilots. Emma turning in just a little bit early to gate 2. That's going to compromise the line through 3, through 4. Now she can't quite get the angle she needs in order to shorten the path. She climbs a little bit more, so the airplane's going to hold a little bit more energy, but it's going to be really hard to make that time up. Emma with a slightly later pull up for the high turn, maybe having some advantageous winds here, helping to make up some of the gap, but it's going to be really hard to get this gap back. Both pilots perfect cut angle. And now it's going to be just all about who can take that maximum risk, who can take the big cut, perfect G. Emma slowly coming back. Might be able to do it in this last turn. Let's see who takes more risk. And it just looks like Emma not taking quite the biggest angle, climbing a little bit. That's going to open up the gap. no way just with last 2 gates to make that distance up.
Let's break down the semifinals, starting with the ones who came up just short. Davidson flew a strong run, riding the momentum from his last win, but missed the mark by just 0.4 seconds. Once again, it was Muroya who stood in his way. If Davidson wants to claim the series title, winning the 3rd place match and banking those extra championship points is critical. McDonald also delivered an impressive time in the 59-second range, but it wasn't enough. DeLu answered with a stunning 57-second superlap, blowing the door wide open.
The 3rd place match. Both pilots have been consistently clocking sub-60-second runs. There's no doubt about their speed. This one promises to be a close, high-level battle. These two met once before in the quarterfinals of round 1 this season. Davidson took the win back then. Now, Davidson leads the championship standings after round 1. For Davidson, this is more than a podium. It's a must-win.
Okay, here we are for the finals, the 3rd place matchup. McDonald versus Davidson. Davidson on the right, McDonald on the left. This is critical for championship series points. There they go through the start-finish gate, and it looks very close right now. As you can see, the 2 planes flying together. That's that critical turn number 4. McDonald struggling hard. There goes Davidson, that's Davidson carrying into the lead for the big vertical turn maneuver. Holy moly! Half a second ahead of McDonald. That was aggressive. Now Davidson is very good at making those high G turns. Look how crisp he is as he's slightly in front of McDonald in the ghost plane. There they go, one more time. They're actually both ghost planes. There's Davidson fighting it hard, carrying his lead to 1.29 seconds. This is going to be tough for McDonald to overcome. She is flying very well, don't get me wrong. It's just not going to be enough as he's maintaining that 1.5 second advantage over McDonald. Here comes that final outbound turn. Look at the struggle on McDonald's face. And here comes the push for home. It only matters who wins this race, who gets on the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Davidson. A great time, 59.38. And you know he's going to be happy because he needs those series points.
Winner, Patrick Davidson. Time, 59.388 seconds. No penalty.
3rd place match. Emma McDonald in red and Patrick Davidson in blue.
This is going to be a close matchup. Slightly different approaches through gate 1, but smooth run down to gate 4. Let's see who can take the big angles. Very, very similar angles. Patrick just on the limit, as flat as possible. That's going to create the gap. Let's see if Emma can reel that back in. Oh, late pull up in the high turn from Emma. Now there's a bigger gap. Gonna have to really push on this end of the track in order to try to make the geometry work out. Both pilots, really nice angle, really good tight pulls. But it's really hard from here to reel that back in. On the low turn, both pilots flying that perfect. Coming back down to gate 13, one last chance. And a little bit of late pull-up from Emma, not quite enough angle on that climb. Patrick always flying that gate 13 line, perfect angle, perfectly flat. No possible chance to catch that.
So Ben, it's Emma's first time flying with the edge. She is absolutely so fast and killing it. Why do you think what do you think is going on?
Yeah, I think it's a big transition going from the MX to the Edge. I'd say in general the Edge is possibly a slightly easier airplane to fly, but they have their own weaknesses and strengths. So Emma's adapted to the airplane extremely quickly, and as we can see, she's really fast in this airplane.
And Patrick, this season from race 1, he was the winner just before this race too, but he's so consistent and so fast this season. What has changed from last year?
Well, I've known Patrick a long time and he is a monster talent. He's an amazing pilot, but what I can see is that these guys have been working extremely hard and they're really pushing, really figuring out what are the details we need to put together in terms of airplane setup, in terms of strategy, how do we deal with the wind, how do we navigate these tracks, and they're coming out of the gate strong, fast out of the box, and just really attacking. And he's developed this aggressive style, which I think is really serving him well.
Final. And now the final. The new generation pilot Deleuze steps onto the ultimate stage in just his second race.
Going up against the veteran that's got years, we're talking a decade of experience flying the Red Bull Air Race, against someone that's got 5 minutes, flying in race. There's a big gap, but what I love about race doesn't matter. Just like F1, you could have Lewis Hamilton, the extreme veteran, and then Antonelli, who's just jumping in an F1 car. It's the same with flying. Obviously, there's a lot more built-up experience with aviation, licenses and qualifications, but it's really cool to have absolute veterans versus complete rookies.
His speed was evident in round one, but a small mistake cost him. Knocked out in the quarters. Now riding a wave of momentum, can he go all the way and claim the top of the podium? For Muroya, this is a must-win if he's to defend his title. You can be sure he's bringing everything he's got. It's the champion of the Masters versus the rising star of the new generation. This isn't just a final, it's a race that could define a new era.
So the time has come. It's the finals of Air Race X 2025, race number 2. Yoshi Muroya, first onto the track, looking for a good solid entry speed and as consistent as the day is long. There goes Yoshi, perfect through the first 4 gates. A good solid turn, that's that high G turn. Now here's where you can make up some time. Watch now as he does that vertical turn, the high turn. Very nicely done. Perhaps those winglets are paying off for Yoshi Muroya. And he has a great sector time of 12:79 as he goes outbound through the course for the second time. A solid sector 2 time of 25:52. Remember, he has to lay down the fast time if he wants to beat Deleuze, who has proven himself to be fast all race long. 37:16 in the final sector time, not bad at all, as he comes through a few more gates and it's the final push for home. Let's see if Yoshi Muroya can best his time of 57 seconds flat, that track record he set earlier in the rounds. It's going to be close, 57.93. Well done by Yoshi. All the pressure is on Aaron Deleuze. All right, here we go. There's Aaron Deleuze. He has his work cut out for him as he must best Yoshi Muroya, who laid down a very fast finals time. All right, there they are. There's the ghost plane of Yoshi, and they are neck and neck going through the first 4 gates. This is a critical turn. Aaron Deleuze makes a solid turn through gate number 4. Oh my goodness, they are neck and neck going into the high turn maneuver, and they are literally neck and neck. 0 seconds separate these 2 pilots. All right, they're going on the back half of the racetrack now. This is where it's critical that you find those sharp angles, those steep angles, and Yoshi found it right there. Yoshi gets a slight lead, 0.67 seconds. Now, they're going out one more time through gate number 9 and 10. This is a critical gate here as he goes through 11. He must find gate 12. And it looks like Aaron had a little bit of a misstep there and somehow could not calculate gate number 12. And look at the split times. Yoshi Muroya still ahead in the final sector. And Aaron Deleuze, the final push for home, but it's not going to be enough as he comes in just over a minute. There's Aaron, and he is going to be disappointed. Certainly he will. But all congratulations go to Yoshi Muroya. Race number 2, and there's Yoshi. He wins. Let's take a look at Yoshi in cockpit. Yes, very excited. He knows he is the winner. Air Race X, race number 2, season 2025.
Winner, Yoshi Muroya. Time, 57.930 seconds. No penalties.
Aaron Delu in red versus Muroya in blue. Here we go.
What a great matchup. Muroya, former world champion, the veteran, against Aaron Delu, the rookie, in his first final in Air Race X. Similar lines through up to gate 4, and it looks like Aaron's going to take just a little bit more G, pulling a little tighter, now a little ahead of Yoshi. This is going to get interesting. Coming to the high turn, both with great timing in the pull-up. Yoshi maybe slightly tighter over the top. Very close race at this point. Anybody can win. Coming down to gate 9, have to take the big angle, take the cut. Both pilots doing that expertly. Maybe Yoshi eking out a little bit ahead. Those winglets really paying off. One more low turn here. Oh, and it looks like Aaron got a little bit confused, lined up on the wrong gate. That's going to compromise his line. Now he can't get the angle through gate 13. Keeps it nice and flat, nice and tight, but that confusion, that just moment of hesitation, getting off the line a few meters, and there's no way to catch that back. Really, really too bad of a mistake there for Aaron Delu.
Muroya holds off a fierce charge from Aaron Delu to take a commanding victory. A big win in a big moment, one step closer to defending his championship title. Delu finishes second, an incredible result in just his second race. And in third, Patrick Davidson. He secures a vital podium finish to stay firmly in the championship hunt. Here are the final standings just outside the podium. In fourth place, McDonald. Fifth, Schonke. Sixth, Velarde. Seventh, Brajo. And in eighth place, Kopstein. In round 1, the Masters looked to be regaining momentum. But in this race, the new generation clearly delivered the stronger performance.
So, Air Race X 2025 Race 2 Infinite Sky. Ben, how was this round 2 for you overall?
Yeah, I thought it was a really exciting race. Kind of a difficult track. It was a high G track, very heavily loaded, not a lot of recovery time, so challenge for the pilots, challenge for the teams to really solve the track and the line, and yeah, it was really fun to watch.
And earlier in quarterfinals, the track record made by Muroya. What a lap.
Yeah, Yoshi, he always has an extra gear, so you sort of know when he gets that glint in his eye, he's going to really attack, and when he does, it's usually something special.
And our newbie, Aaron Delu. What a great race for him in race 2. What is your idea of Aaron getting the edge today for race 2?
Yeah, really impressive. Second race for Aaron, and he's up to speed immediately, so I know he's got a strong program going there, fast airplane, and he's a fantastic pilot, but I'm really impressed. I didn't expect to see him this competitive, this fast. This type of racing is new for everybody, and I think maybe he's coming with a fresh set of eyes and just solving all those problems very quickly, so pretty excited to see how he goes in the future.
Looking at the results and looking at the details of each of their flights, the new generation seems to have some lead to our veterans. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, this format being so different, if you fall into old habits, it really doesn't pay off with this style of racing. So have to be solving all those small detailed problems to figure out where's the speed, what's the technique, and the younger pilots or the newer pilots just seem to be getting the edge in this case. But it's really a field of very highly competitive people, and I have no doubt that we're going to see everybody come back strong.
Yep. So we'll all be excited for the next race in race 3. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at the championship standings. With today's win, Muroya takes the lead. Right behind him in second is Davidson, just 2 points back. Delu jumps up to third with a strong result, and Schonke halts fourth. It all comes down to the final round. Round 3 will decide the 2025 season champion. The title is still wide open and could belong to any of the top 4 point holders. Up next is the final round of the 2025 season, a digital race set in the heart of Japan. On September 6th, don't miss the Sekisui House Osaka Umekita digital race in Grand Green Osaka and Grand Front Osaka. A high-speed battle unfolds right in the middle of Osaka City. And this is the one that will decide the series champion. You won't want to miss it. For the latest updates on AirRaceX, check out our website and follow us on social media. We'll see you in the next round.